Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Rose of Venus Tarot. It's Lacey. Thank you so much for clicking on to my video. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you get real comfortable. If you're returning, hey, welcome back. It's real nice to see you again. And thank you to all of those who like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps your girl grow mentally, emotionally, metaphysically. I love when y'all be venting about y'all people. I be like, y'all, I relate. But let's get into it. This is going to be a general collective energy reading. So please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Not every reading is going to resonate with everyone, and that's okay. Let's get into it. I already lit my um wormwood and I asked for the divine's protection. Right off the back, I'm getting some people are mad that they don't even get to be a crackhead in your story. These people aren't getting to be mentioned at all. There's a lot of people who wish that they did you better, like they gave you some sort of justice. There's people here who believed the lies that other people were telling about you, and it kind of thwarted the way they treated you, how they thought about you, and they feel robbed. The only way to explain it is looking at you. They feel robbed from a relationship with you. And not only do they feel robbed, I'm trying to keep myself from banging on the desk like that. Not only do they feel robbed, they feel like a lot of people robbed you and they feel bad because they didn't say anything. They're like, if I would have had the social confidence as they do now, or they're just coming into a perception of what really went on. Some of you guys are supposed to have a lot more, and it doesn't matter because a lot is coming from you. I'm just seeing like a whole bunch of evil witches or just bitches that were envious of you or just addicted to a feeling of superiority over you. Like, they just, and they nitpick at little things. It's like, you could have been through a lot. There's somebody who's like, I tried to help out the collective. They could have gave you $5 worth of bus money, but they could have been stealing your clothes the whole time you stayed with them, or could have stole way more than what they could have done. There's people, for some of you, gonna piss you off that wanted to give you money, thousands of dollars, a car, or just something. And then there's people who said, no, don't give that to the collective. They might have lied and said you were on drugs, you were crazy, like just a bunch of things to make people look at you funny. A lot of these people, like they held their nose in the air. You could have had people judging you for dropping out of college who never even graduated college or who never even graduated high school. This is something that people are looking at. They're like, wow, like they feel disgusting and disgusted at themselves. The way they came at you, I love my ghosty deck. That's been my new favorite deck. I know I got the two ghosties tatted, and I love cute, like minimalist symbolism, I guess. I like simple art, simple things, and whatnot. I like complicated art. Tell me what y'all think about the AIs. I stopped taking a picture of the deck because I'm no longer at my original desk. So I'm in a bit of smaller space in my room. So I'm like, maybe I don't really like the AIs. I don't know. I've been putting the AI as my covers. I had practiced making some AIs, but I actually want to use my cyber deck too. So I'm gonna take out both of these. Divine, please tell me more. We got 10 of vials in reverse here. This person wants to get away from, because you see how these women here are hugging and holding on to this masculine here. This person wants to get away and get out of out of the grip of these toxic women, and Vials, they're already kind of toxic. But with this in reverse, it's like he wants to get around it. At first, he could have felt popular, maybe getting clout off of your name. There's just people who could have wanted to bully you. Some of these people could have bullied you after pretending to like you and maybe even laying down with you. You could have had a masculine that attempted to like bully you after they slept with you. They felt like you were weird. Yeah. And then they're like, you were with that girl? That's weird. No, I only, and then this boom, 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 boom. Some of these people sold their souls to you too. That message is coming through. It's like I'm hearing that song. Every time I hear that song, Fell on Black Days, I'm like, that's how I know like the opposite of destiny switching is real too. Like the things that they wanted to fulfill in their head, you're gonna get that energy. Cause what is that? Yeah, it's Fell on Black Days by Soundgarden. What they wanted to be what you wanted to be yours, the Lord has made it mine. And I also think of that big pun song that I'm called The Dream Shatterer. I'm carving my initials on your forehead. And I'm like, and that brings down to like the mark of the beast. I don't know why I'm hearing that. And I hear Blue on Black too, that Kenny Wayne Shepherd song. Every time I hear that Blue on Black, some of you guys have heard that song and it gives me chills recently. If you heard that Blue on Black song, somebody got physically effed up in karma messing with you. Like blue on black, like black and blue, boom, 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 like type of thing here. We got 18 and the moon and the wolves here. Yeah, somebody, and this is coming out upright, so there's some delusions that somebody can no longer paint about you. Your image has become greater than a delusion, and it's like they've been away from you too long to pretend like they know you, and a lot of people are starting to realize that these people never really knew you. They just painted an image of you and people just believed it, and they just didn't communicate with you properly. Somebody feels bad for disrespecting you in your house. That's a specific message coming through right here. Somebody is giving all the wrong people apologies about you. I should have never disrespected it. Or people are internalizing the pain that they tried to cause you here, where everybody knew you were innocent. They just didn't care. They just felt like they could push you over, so they would. They just, like even down, they just didn't care. They just, and you're not weird. You're sweet. A lot of you guys, this is how people would describe you: sweet, smart, funny, the perfect lover here. Like you were somebody's best friend, a lot of people's best friends, but they wanted to manifest you into being a loser. A loser. Some of you guys, they might have been trying to say that lose, lose, loser. Like, I don't know, sending a lot of negative energy attacks your way. Some of you guys, like now that nobody has any access to you, but you're still going, this is another thing that shut down egos. Some people thought, I'm seeing the Energizer Bunny, yo. I'm like, yo, and I was hearing that song Mile High Club with James Blake. And James Blake wrote one of my favorite songs called Retrograde too. But then he also was on the Mile High song that was it Drippy Thought? What 40 days, 40 nights, feel like a whole night. That song is coming in too. It's like who? Like you were somebody's best friend. I lost thought. Agent. Yeah, okay. We got agent of vials here. Yeah, you were somebody's agent. Like, coming through here. Like the vials, and not just vials, but vices. Good types of vials here. Meaning this person, um, you could be in their connection. Like you could be like a good maybe consultant. Like you were a stream of knowledge, of consciousness. Some of you guys are like a walking encyclopedia. People just ask about things here, but then you got somebody who, I wanted to be the smart one, so just for a feeling of wanting to be the smart one, they kind of just made like you were, I don't know, doing too much here. We got the four of wires in reverse hair with the four wires, and this looks like a strip club hair. That's another specific message I'm getting through, is that a lot of the divine masculines, I was saying, the divine masculines are choosing peace right now over competition and toxicity. And a lot of the toxic feminines are being exposed. It's like their vibe, they cannot like take their vibe. A lot of divine masculine, they just want to mush these women, like how these women like projected into you. And some of this has to do with like I said, it seems like the club here, a lot of women just competing for masculine attention. And I feel like there's a lot of strip clubs somewhere that's just not making money. A lot of those, they're not making money because the vibration there, it got too like competitive to the point where the energy is so bad. Women are just standing around rolling their eyes, or just imagine this, like as the earth, you know, happening in general. Women are just standing around, rolling their eyes, like trying to compete with one another. It got so desperate that, none of them could really make money dancing. It kind of just turned into like um, a house where people are getting paid to go in the back room for low prices, like, where nobody's making anything off of it because they started trying to out bad each other. Some of you guys could have had a toxic feminine that's throwing up. If you were in any sort of industry where they felt like you were competition, you could have had a toxic feminine that was paying like people to like come at you in a certain way to try to knock your ego down. It's somebody that wanted to control the narrative in your head and your confidence level. They wanted to like, they could have tried to elevate different people around you just so like, see what I can do if you hang around me. But it's like you can get better yourself. A lot of these people feel trapped in HE double hockey sticks, and they only felt good when you were around. Like, because this is type of toxic feminine, like maybe, put it like this. You might be the type of girl, like you want all your bills paid, can't go 50-50, which is reasonable, especially if you want to have kids and stuff. I'm like, oh, I'm not having no kids by no broke man. I do not care. I'm not ever working while I'm pregnant. Like, not something I would ever do, except for doing tarot readings and ish like that. But like realistically, there's just a lot that goes in medically and whatnot. I'm like, I gotta be secure. If you're it, refuse to have a baby by. Some feminine could have heard you say that and they wanted to knock down your confidence. And they're like, I can pay for this, pay for that. I'll buy you this, buy you that. I'm not like her. And this feminine could have started trying to like ball out, pay for guys to like show that they were different than you, but like they were only hyped off of your energy. And then you kind of just walked away. You let them like trick on guys, pay for guys, and then they forgot what their motive was. They're like, hey, where's the collective? Is the collective mad? I bet the collective mad. Or some of you, and and then you just weren't around. And then they might click on your page trying to see how you feel, if you changed your vibe or anything. A lot of you guys aren't accepting a lot of mutuals right now. Don't accept a lot of mutuals on social media. Even if you're trying to grow your platform, you don't need to do follow for follow. A lot of you guys are interesting enough. You're going to eventually hit the algorithm. Just keep, posting. Like I have my new page over there. I'm like, I don't buy fake followers. I know eventually the right people are going to come like, hey, I'm like, yo, squad. Like, I'm like, I don't be trying to attract no fake hype, especially as a spiritualist. This is for the sensitive people. If you can be more numb, this is for the fire signs and the water signs. Put it like this: air signs and what is it? Air signs and earth signs, they know how to be a little bit more cordial. I'm like, it's no such thing as phony as an adult. Well, there's phony as an adult in a bad way, but they know how to be a little more cordial without it necessarily affecting them, unless you have strong water and fire dominance here. But a lot of you guys not only Do you have strong emotions when it comes to other people? Other people have strong emotions when it comes to you. It's like a lot of you guys, you can't do that follow for follow. A lot of girls are like they want to compete with you, and that's another thing too. It's like so much toxicity here. It's the masculine that just wants out. Like they want to cut these people off. They don't even want women around each other. They're tired of being put in the middle of it, of women who are just seeking attention. Somebody wanted to make it seem like you were just seeking attention. A lot of people are realizing that you are a creator. You're a friend. You are fun. You talk to have fun. These people, they always doing something. Everything they do is for attention. But what about me? What about me? You think I'm pretty? Don't I deserve the attention? I deserve the attention. And then blah, 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 blah. And then they just vent on and on and on about the same toxic things in their life. And this is like, like they got you out the way. She's doing too much. And then just surrounded by a bunch of attitude girls that don't like each other and stuff. At first, they felt like this competition was fun. Like, okay, yeah, I got girls competing for me. They got girls competing to drain them. Hey, they went from feeling like they had girls competing for them to feeling like they had obviously girls competing to boost their self-esteem. Like, don't you think I'm like, yo, the best loser contest? Yo, that's what I heard. Like, yo, they're in the best loser contest. They're like, hey, well, aren't I more advanced? Aren't I smarter? Okay, they got a car, but I bet you their car gonna crash and blah 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 and blah 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 blah. Like and it's like draining these masculine energies. There's a couple of masculine energies that just want to be with you. I'm hearing that Miguel song. I only want to be with you. Some of you guys got platonic friends, and this is coming through. There's a platonic friend that regrets screwing up the relationship with you by if you guys got into bed together, they're like, yo, I would have been able to have more respect for them if I didn't sleep with them, but I had to disrespect them to set their heart apart or their emotions apart. They had to started acting differently after you guys vetted each other. Like, just because they felt like this is just what they learned, like it's a man. I think they learned as a man. And then they realizing the things they learned as a man was like from toxic men who wasn't getting no cootie. And it's like, yo, why did I listen to this is what they want to end they ish because they're like, why did I listen to men who don't get no cookies on how to get cookies and how to treat cookies? Why did I listen to envious bitches when it comes down to divine feminine? And then it's like they sense now that with like oh, you got 7 of coins here coming out. A lot of you guys, your tree is about to bear fruit here, and it's coming in the springtime. You guys are gonna have a very prosperous spring, especially if you guys have been investing in cryptocurrency. I'm like, I just keep getting that. Not that this is not saying go out and do it if you don't, but if you've been interested in it, you might want to take a look at the crypto markets. I feel like Dogecoin, because like I said, I'm very into music, is channeling that Eddie Burgell song, Religion is a smile on a dog. And then, he came out with the smiling dog. And I had predicted that on my Twitter like a minute ago. I was like, I'm hearing Eddie Raquel. And then I know I went in on that too because it says in God we trust. And then I was talking about that in the symbolism. This is why I made that other channel, and, yeah, and how like they were gonna have to pay a lot of money back to U.S. citizens because of like what they did to screw us over, and energetically, a lot of people owe you money. So this is why the strip club is not popping. It's like a lot of or a lot of masculines are being turned inwards, and they're looking for love. They want love. They want peace. They want marriage. the lifestyle isn't lifestyling like how they wanted it to. A lot of them are not in eternal peace because of how they treated you and other women that may have been vulnerable or just didn't deserve it. It's like a lot of them want to undo the toxicity from the heart. It's hurting them to convince themselves that you deserve that type of treatment. It's hurting more than actually admitting and just wanting to change and upgrade. Okay, so I pulled three more cards. Another card that came out is the Nine of Coins, and look, they're in the garden here. So I'm like, that confirms springtime coming out. Nine of Coins, and not only that, with the nine energy, that's the energy of completion. So where your coins are growing, this is your career. Like this is going to be your comfort career. This is going to be it's just watering and planting seeds from now. This is your garden, basically. And I just brought up Sound Garden. I fell on black days. The Sound Garden right there. What they wanted to be. Sorry, I love irony. I'm gonna stop apologizing for loving irony. Five of coins here. This is them. They're whatever they're doing with the king of like I said, it's the king of sticks here, and the king of sticks seems to be walking away because this is coming out under the four of wires here, like so they're no longer wired off of this like type of behavior here, even when it comes down to just seeking actual pursuits. Some people are looking for more mental stimulation, more virtual stimulation here, or just something more. It's like they actually want to love. There's a lot of men here who just want to love, and they know that you're the one they want to love. Like they want to limit the people in their lives. They didn't realize how draining toxic feminines were until like you pulled away and your energy was no longer there igniting them. Your energy fuels people. You're like your energy is like dopamine, like happiness. You bring joy. Marry, 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 marry. Like in merriment. I think we went over that, and ho 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 too. And all of that. I said I think we went over that. Like I'm your teacher or something. But I feel like people they could, if you read the God Man and the Word Made Flesh, you'll get root words and like, and irony and whatnot. King of Sticks. But yeah, basically, this King of Sticks is very much bored, not entertained here, and not just a lot of male sticks. They're just looking for something more. Beauty isn't that interesting to them. Assuming they go, I'm beautiful, right? Or I'm superior, right? It's like, and it doesn't even matter. It's like the vibration of it too, even down to the women who don't wear makeup. Look, I don't wear makeup. And look, I got the best makeup. I'm beautiful, but I got a face full of makeup. It's like either or. It's like, they're looking for authenticity and people that can, the narcissism. That's why I was dropping all the narcissist flowers and whatnot, and and they're just noticing how heavily narcissistic toxic feminines are to the point of hysteria. I'm like, hysteria is real. I'm like, I don't care how I'm, a feminist. Yeah, I guess I create ideologies on feminism. That's an umbrella term. I like to remind people that feminism does include the traditional wife, the trad wife, the who a lot of feminism. Like it's an umbrella term. That being said, what was I gonna say here? I forgot. We got the chariot coming in here. Yeah, a lot of people. Yeah, they're realizing how narcissistic a lot of these feminine energies are, and down to hysteria. That's what I was talking about. I'm like, I don't care how sexist that sounds. Hysteria is real, like just by the way women would act out of envy and just seeing Snow White and like the seven dwarves, I think that did it because too many grown people are trying to talk about this person's race. I talk about racial issues, but it's out of racial frustration living in the area everybody boxed in trying to release toxins. Like I feel like that Kevin Gates song, everybody boxed in trying to release toxins. You probably had a black that did it in New York. It's like a Spike Lee film for real, and me being from a royal area, like you gotta release that. Like, yo, you gonna come home. Like it like you know, hating like maybe even your own race at that. Like, yo, you might like it's like people squad up if you ain't got to click with you. But this is different. This is like really mirror, mirror on the wall type of energy. Who's the fairest of them all? And I'm like, this movie was made for kids. I'm like, ultimately, like, however you feel about the lady's race or how pretty she is in the movie, I'm like, this was made for little girls to see themselves years from now. You've already had your version of the movie and you could keep watching it. The only reason to remake the same movies again and again is so that a kid can look at that princess and they can have a better role model than J Lo and Sim Santana. Like I don't know. I'm like, but you got toxic feminines thinking, oh, but I'm more hot. Look, I'm more hot. I'm more hot. Like, it's like I'm hearing that like through the apple hair. Like people who they like substance. You guys are coming through beautifully and wonderfully made, like in God image. A lot of your uniquities are finally going to be appreciated. You're going to be upheld as the queen you are and who you always been. Some of you guys can feel this energy lifting you up, but you probably feel heart chakra pain because if you're empath, that's why I had to come on here. I'm like, it's Venus retrograde. I'm like, I was a little um lost healing from my tummy tuck. I'm like, it feels like a deep breath and I was still waiting to exhale. Like I had to accept that I'm only going to be able to breathe with my lungs and I can't be like a stomach breather now. Because yeah, it just don't go as deep as it used to. That junk only stay in my chest. I'm like, yo, I'm still waiting to exhale, and getting lost in learning about wallpaper. But and work all of that. Knight of Sticks, Knight of Sticks coming out here. So yeah, there's people who want to love you, admire you, but there's people who find you hot. They're burning for you, and you guys might not even know it. They're burning for you just because it's different. Like I seen some guy passed away after he paid $11,000 to get wrapped up in plastic. He wanted to get wrapped up in plastic and like have his eyes glued. It was just like it was strange. I'm like, and I'm like, so because they're that bored, that like oh gosh, and these toxic feminines, they regret trying to convince people that they doing too much, and a lot of them, like I said, the hysteria, they're starting to accept the fact that they're crazy and that they need counseling for more than what other people did to them. They need counseling for their low self-esteem. They need to sit there and tell the therapist like I don't feel good enough, like I don't know why. Or not just that, the fact that they have murderous thoughts towards other women. I see other women and I fantasize about them getting KO'd. Like, cause some of these people, they're a lot of these toxic feminines, they're sicker than what you could know. I'm like, I look at some toxic feminines like releasing they're more likely to victim blame women than even male cops are. Like that's like, ooh, and I'm like, and I never really had a female therapist that I got along with because they wish that they had the diagnosis that I had. There's a lot of girls who lie. I think I'm autistic. I think I'm bipolar. Like they get jealous of everything. You could have just chewing gum. If they didn't got no gum, oh. Like, why does she have gum? Why are you chewing it so loud? It's like that's a disease, a spiritual disease that just needs to be dealt with. And a lot of toxic feminines are starting to realize that they ruined their lives, their entire lives, due to envy, instead of trying to check their envy and like grow and become better people. Like at this point in time, like taking shots at people who got another stick of bubblegum more than them is just, it's not going to do it. Like they're going to have to focus on themselves these days. Spirit, please tell me more. The creator is coming out here. A lot of people are looking at you as a creator. My next reading gonna be more pop right here. What's killing a lot of people this retrograde is that they really thought that this was a lesson that you were going to learn. This is something that you were going to be feeling. They were going to teach you about your self-love, your self-respect here. Like a lot of these mean people looked for a reason to be mean to you, and they told themselves it was going to teach you how to stop being so kind, stop being so nice. You got to learn to face conflict. This is like they told themselves a bunch of false things just to pump up their ego. It's normal to want to be kind to people. Most people don't want conflict in their lives. They only gave it to you because you got a certain amount of attention, and they had to look for a reason to knock you down socially. So a lot of these people, it's like ba boom, ba boom, ba boom. Like their heart hurts. There's a few people that just aren't going to make it. Like they feel every bit of how they thought you would feel. A lot of these people are hoping that if you do make it, that they're not even a crackhead in your story. Like I said, some of them will be glad if you never mention them again and whatnot, because they just feel cringe. They cringe at themselves for even like treating you the way they treated you. They had no other reason to treat you. It's like they saw a rabbit and then they decided, I'm going to kick you, you freaking rabbit, because I'm going to teach you not to be a bunny outside. Like, why? Like, boom. Then you'll learn to stop being so soft. Then maybe people wouldn't squeeze you. Oh, I eat rabbits. Like, and it's like real weird behavior that just was not necessary towards you. Some of these people could have been mean towards you because you keep to yourself, and they felt like they wanted you around everybody, so that they around the crowd that they could control. So they're like, oh, like you don't got no friends as far as they were concerned, so you should be lucky I'm in your face anyway. Like, what's up? Like, and very rude type of behavior. Like how people came at you was disgusting. Ugh, crusty, dusty, and it's hitting real hard in the karma department. But a lot of you guys have a lot of better stories to tell, good things to talk about. I guess I'm just basically here to tell you a lot of this energy you're feeling isn't your energy. I'm sure you guys feel um Page of Blades here. Some of you guys might be new at cutting people off, and this could be like, oh, did I make the right decision? Oh, I'm feeling a little. You made the right decision. How they behaved wasn't normal. They wanted to convince you that you being treated bad was a normal thing. They could have tried to invoke different people to make you think that you're supposed to be talked down to or a certain way. Some people could have wanted you to stay in an abusive relationship that was draining you. There is people here who want to give you advice to try to ruin your life. They hope that they could have some sort of even that's releasing. Those people no longer want to ruin your life. It's like, why did I think that? Why would I feel that? People are looking at you like you're a beautiful person, and most masculines, especially masculine energy, it's like the poison of the toxic feminines. Now that you're not around, for the toxic feminines to like thought project into and non-player characters. Like they feel like they woke up, they're like, dang, I was an NPC. A lot of NPCs are suddenly waking up. Like, what's a non-player character who just go along with anything? And now it's like, yo, I really let that girl project in my head that this girl was a loser. Some girls do that. They'll look over, they'll know a masculine you like, or they'll see masculines that you follow, and they'll go like whisper over their picture. She's like, yo, just try to project that like they'll try to do some thought energy and non-mat and make men like come at you weird if these people are on drugs or they don't have strong control of their consciousness. A lot of them have gotten control of their consciousness, and not just that, when you walk away, when you're not around, like especially that's why I say divine feminine, be careful who you follow around social medias. Do not be friendly with people. You can build on your own if you do. You know what I mean? Network. Keep it light, but don't like and don't even feel bad about not like it's not a matter of being stuck up. Just know that no matter how, and it's not about just how you look, it's your energy. A lot of you guys know you have delicious energy. You actually have a soul in your body. A lot of people are not connected to their soul. They do not have that energy. They will try to deplete it in lots of mental ways, and a lot of those have to do with like just energy draining. They'll post subs. If you start following certain men or women back, you'll notice they'll start, say it's on Twitter, they'll start retweeting things that they know are gonna make you feel self-conscious. Watch, I'm making get under her skin. Do this. Oh, I can't stand that girl. It's like a lot of these masculines, they want to throw up, they want to vomit. They're just like, how could I do that to that beautiful angel? Like, what about me would make me treat that beautiful angel like that? Like, and my air is ringing. It's like it was lethal. They was affected by the evils. But um, it feels like I could talk a lot about this, but it's just because it's just a lot of regret energy and people cycling in regret. Some of this is platonic energy, a lot of this is networking energy. Some of you guys, like, and a lot of them are calling themselves losers. They're like, dang, I'm a loser because I still can't get it started like the collective, they're like, I still can't like vibrate love. A lot of people are realizing you win because you vibrate love. They thought you wore your heart on your sleeve and it was a bad thing. Wearing your heart on your sleeve is attracting other people. Hey, I have my heart on my sleeve. Hey, I have my heart on my sleeve. And that's what they want. They want more feminines with their hearts on their sleeves, more transparency. They're tired of being lied to. Tired of being manipulated. Some of these people have been cheated on. They're tired of, the cheating back and forth. They just, at first they thought, and then even if I'm like, ah, why does everything have to be nice? People have to be nice to you. You don't have to be nice to me. I can joke around like that. And then it's just like so much chaos. That's all they think is like, this is too much. I want out. And they, like I said, feel cheated out of relationships with good people just because they felt like good people were corny. Good people can't stand uncomfortably at a party and stare at each other and complain about who had what on the bottle, and then it's going to be a flex. Oh, I put that down. No, she did. They are disgusted with themselves. And then, even down to the opposite of that, they got women who are and think they're elegant, think they're classy, like too classy to like act out. Oh, but I'm more, yeah, maybe I'll put $1 in, like, and then it's just ew. It's like they just want to be like, they want to be in the hoodie, like in bed, like, with Rose's Venus, like that. But like when I'm talking about me, I'm talking about you. Like, like this is how I imagine most of you guys. I finally started putting my hoodies on. I usually have the heat on when I come home and whatnot. But that's it, you guys. Thank you guys. I love you guys. I hope you have a good day, night, evening, whenever you're catching this reading. Goodbye.